Hello, everyone. My name is Cristina Montoya, and I'm here at my favorite restaurant, Mathilda's. Plant-based eating at its best, and it's so true. My name is, again, Cristina Montoya. I am the founder of the Arthritis Dietitian, and I'm passionate about anti-inflammatory eating for people with rheumatoid arthritis, Sjogren's, and other autoimmune diseases. And I have a special guest today. I was at work, and I have to kidnap her for this live. So I'm with Mathilda. She's the owner of Mathilda's Plant-Based Eating in the heart of downtown Oshawa. So I'm just gonna ask Mathilda to introduce herself and tell us about this lovely place.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Cristina, for having me. This is so unplanned, just like, sure, let's do this. Always happy to have you here. And yeah, we've been here for over 6 years. Mind you, don't worry about the sound of the bell and stuff because we're at the restaurant. So, you know, over 6 years now here in downtown Oshawa. And yeah, serving hundreds and thousands of people in the last 6+ years. And it's an honor. I see it as an honor, and yeah, it's I think my mission in life, I think it is to serve just not food but body, mind, and spirit, right? Is so health has to be, you know, body, mind, and spirit. We're in downtown Oshawa.
We are in Ontario, Canada.
Yes.
Because this one is
Arizona.
From Arizona. Maybe one day she'll be there, because what is so amazing about this place is that it's completely plant-based. There's no meat here. But you know what is so amazing about Mathilda? She's from Indonesia.
Indonesia, yeah.
So it's not just about salads and like cold vegetables. No. She brings all the flavors and seasonings, and I have to say that it's like 5-minute walk from my office, and I have to come here every single time because I live with rheumatoid arthritis and Sjogren's. And with Sjogren's, I have like difficulty swallowing many times. And what I find in Mathilda is like some of the dishes. Can you tell us a little bit about your dishes here?
Or like I do different things all the time. I don't believe in sacrificing flavor. You can be healthy and have flavor at the same time. Okay, you don't have to eat like unseasoned foods because life is too short for that. See, my definition when I say life is too short, it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm gonna eat all the junk, all the bad foods. No, because how can I make the most out of this life with, you know, the most quality of life, the healthiest, the most joyful as you can possibly live, while still having the good things, right? Good flavors, because I grew up eating in Indonesia, and let me tell you about the spices that we have. It's like a mix of Thai food, Indian food, Malaysian food, all mixed together in like rich sauces, and the flavor just bursts in your mouth, you know? So if somebody tells me that in order to be vegan, I have to give up all that, I don't think I would have said yes. So I was like, okay, how can I stay eating this way and fix my health and also keep the flavors, right? Because I'm not a salad person like you. I don't like cold foods. From breakfast, lunch, dinner, we eat hot foods, hot meals.
And what is that?
Like our culture, you know, like rice, noodle, you know. Salads is like, even if we have salads, the topping is hot. We add hot rice and hot like protein or whatever on top. It's never just a cold salad, you know.
And I think that's so important to talk about, because so many people, so many restrictions out there, and it's like, oh no, don't eat rice. That's a lot of carbs. And I'm thinking like in Latin America, rice is a staple. In Asia, right? In Asian countries, it's a staple. And I think it's about balance. And you will see, if you ever come to Ontario, you visit Oshawa, come to downtown Oshawa, you have to stop at Mathilda. And so one of the things I really love, so the names, right? Like you kind of change a little bit, like a chicken.
Yeah, because you know what? Even people sometimes walk in here and I'm like, I don't eat meat. I'm like, I know that's what the spelling is different. So I ask them, why did you spell it that way? I can't win. You know?
That's true.
I misspelled it for a reason. And then people are like, why did you can't spell chicken? Like, it's intentional. Because otherwise people will ask, oh, what kind of flavor is that supposed to be? Right? So I'm just like, just remembering the food that I used to eat. Because I used to eat international food. So, you know, and then how do I still have that flavor, but vegan? So veganizing, like a lot of things that I used to eat. Basically, that's what I do every day. Or I'll be like looking at videos online. When I scroll, mostly food. It's food, because I have a food obsession. It's gotten better now. I have a food addiction. It's gotten better. I'm working on it. I used to be really overweight too. So I'm managing my calories, managing, you know, the trick is fiber. If you increase your fiber, focus on your fiber, then calorie management becomes much easier and less of a struggle. And when it comes to rice, I don't know, rice gets blamed for everything these days. I mean, I can probably rob a bank by holding a bowl of rice or a banana or something, and then they'll give, I'll give you all my money, I'll give you all my money. Or bread. You know?
That is funny.
But when I went low carb, because there's only 3 macros, right? There's protein, carbohydrates, and fats. If you take away the carbs, you're left with protein and fat. And before I was vegan, so all those sources is just or meat, fish, and all that stuff. And they're full of saturated fat. And they're very high in calories, especially fat. So if you have to take 2,000 calories worth of just protein and fat, that is a lot of calories.
Yeah.
So when I start adding the healthy carbohydrates, and when I talk about carbohydrates, I'm not talking about pasta. Pasta is mostly fat. Okay, contrary to what you believe, if you actually break down the macros of a pasta dish that you would get or that you would make, a big chunk of it would be fat. Fat from the meat, the animal, and then fat from the olive oil, and then fat also. Yeah, there's hardly any carbs left in there. You know, that's why you get the insulin resistance and all that stuff, is because the fat, not the carbohydrate. Same thing with rice and bread. What do people eat those things with? Butter. And rice is usually with like fried rice with oil again, or with chicken, beef, pork, right?
Yeah.
And pizza. Again, pizza is not carbs. Pizza is mostly cheese.
Oh, the
and all the
toppings.
toppings.
Yeah.
They are fat. Mostly fat. When I'm talking about carbohydrates, I'm talking about like rice without oil, potatoes without oil, fruits. Full of antioxidants, all the colors, you know, the nutrients in there, vegetables.
There's one rice that I really like every time I come here. So I usually love your chickpeas and purple rice.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is that naturally purple?
No. It's a mixture of black rice, red rice.
Black. Okay.
Yeah,
and then it
jasmine.
turns into that
The
color.
black rice gives it that purplish color.
But then it has like extra antioxidants in that black rice.
Yeah, so anything with more colors, it's got more benefits, more nutrients and all that stuff. And also because the black rice is more like whole grains, so it's more like intact. It's more whole grains.
It's more whole grains.
Yeah.
So, because I love mixing that. I know you also use a lot of like soy-based products as well, right?
Yeah, tofu and stuff, especially as I get older, because I know all the research too, right? The women in my family and women in Asia in general don't really get menopausal symptoms, hot flashes and things like that. You ask the women in my family in Asia, I don't really know what that is, right? My mom and my aunts, they don't have any of that. We've eaten soy since we were babies. Soy sauce, soy milk. We drink soy milk. We don't really drink dairy milk. And we eat tofu and tempeh. Right? That's poor people's protein sources.
Yes.
Tofu and tempeh back home.
Yeah.
It's only when the Western diet starts coming in, and then all the steak, because it's a sign of status. Like, oh, I can afford going out for a steak.
So love that you're saying that. So love it.
It's like the image. It's like, I'm rich. I'm wealthy because I can eat this. So I'm not gonna eat tofu and tempeh because that means I'm poor. You know. I think I heard delivery.
Okay.
Honey,
Sorry.
honey, food's up. I think food's up. Food's up.
Sorry, you see, it's like a work in progress. Work in progress here.
I got delivery.
So,
Produce.
you know, I think that's such an important thing because even if you look at the Mediterranean diet, like which is mostly plant-based, but it was the peasant diet, was it the poor people's diet? When you go to Latin America, what do we like poor people eat? Beans and rice and everything that has to legumes. We eat very little red meat because we can't afford it.
Yeah.
But then that is this transformation. It's so interesting that the Western countries are saying, you know, you should eat more plant foods. It's like, but we've been eating it so much, but then you brought in all these foods that were not even part of our diets.
Exactly.
So now we have to revert back to our like basics, going back to basics.
That's right.
So
We call heart disease rich people's disease back home.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? Right? It's what you eat. Because rich people can afford all the saturated fats. But the poor people, you guys have rice and beans. We have rice, tofu, and tempeh.
Yeah.
We don't really eat lentils. Like lentils, not really part of our diet. But like edamame, soybeans, mostly like soybeans and kidney beans, black beans, and stuff like that. So we don't really eat lentils or beans. Yeah, beans in desserts. We eat some beans in desserts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, red kidney beans. Yeah, with shaved ice.
Really?
Shaved ice,
See?
and then condensed coconut milk, and then
Wow.
put red beans on top. Even our desserts like protein.
Never
rich.
even heard that. You see, like this is like how it's so beautiful when you just have this kind of explosion, and we get to know other cultures because I didn't grow up eating tofu. That was like a one thing. Oh no, like vegetarians, and it was very plain. And since I started coming to Mathilda's, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I started to love tofu. So I never really ate it because just the way she makes it, the flavors, the infusion. But this is not about the food, Mathilda. Like, you just don't have a restaurant here. You are growing to something else. This is like a little market. So tell us about the market and what else you do, because you are in the stores too.
Always, I'm always here. Don't tell the marketers that, okay? Because to them, I'm never here.
No. She's only here serving food, okay? And it's fairly priced. And honestly, I can guarantee you it's delicious. And it's the food that you feel satisfied, and she's not paying me for that. It's the food. It's the food that honestly, sometimes you go.
You're sounding like an infomercial.
I know. I know. Sorry, but I'm just saying it because I feel it. I feel like, so, you know, sometimes you go out, and when you have autoimmune diseases, you have all these different maybe food intolerances and maybe preferences because you're taking care of your health. And this is the place, one of the places that I come in, and I never get sick from eating here. I feel well nourished, well energized, and because Mathilda, what are the options? Like, if people here comes with different like food preferences or food allergies, like what so specific about Mathilda that is so special?
Everything I make is with love. I put my heart and soul into everything I make, and I see it as an honor and a privilege to be able to do this. And I work very hard to build this community. So before I had the restaurant, I had a yoga studio wellness center in Whitby. So my background is psychology. Everything I studied is to help me fix myself. I never intended to like make a career out of it. So when I took psychology, it was to fix me. I'm like, something wrong with me, my anxiety and depression and all that stuff. So maybe if I take psychology, you know, I'll have an insight into how to, you know, fix myself. And then, okay, that wasn't enough because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's full of theories and you go on therapy for the rest of your life. I'm like, so who's getting better? How do people get better? So I was like, no, there's a big piece missing to this. So I prayed, meditated, show me what else I need to learn. So, and then it brought me therapy, hypnotherapy, took the training, years of training, and I was doing free, like seeing patients for free, clients for free, just to gain experience and stuff. And I was charging like a discounted rate and stuff just to get my hours in, you know, my practice. And it's life changing. Like, the answer is in the subconscious mind. what we believe becomes a reality. So a lot of the diseases that we have too, and our resistance to change has to do with our beliefs, false beliefs, mind you. A lot of them are false beliefs, believing that we don't deserve health, we don't deserve happiness, we don't deserve anything, whatever it is, abundance or whatever it is, right? And so that opened up a whole new world for me. And I was struggling with my weight for years and always yo-yo dieting. And every time you hit a new low, and when you hit a new low, you're psychologically worse than you were before, and then you start to lose trust in yourself because you break a lot of promises that you make to yourself. I'm like, oh, this time I'm doing it, and this is it. And it's not.
Wow.
Right? So every time you fail, every time you fail to commit to yourself, you fall off the wagon, it takes a toll on you psychologically and mentally.
It is true.
And I've seen it in hundreds and thousands of people that I've encountered, right? So, like, okay, the answer isn't subconscious. You need to reprogram yourself so that it's natural for you to make the self-loving choice. I now don't compromise. So in the morning I get up, first thing I do before I leave the house is yoga, Pilates. I added Pilates now because I need to strengthen more. So many injuries, and then I have a heel spur. I don't know, always something, like everybody's struggling with something, okay?
Yeah, it's true.
And I worked in healthcare. I was a medical technician, a supervisor at a retirement home, stuff like that. And I realized that it's just medication. Nobody ever talks about the root cause, how to reverse, how to prevent. There's no discussion about that, right? It's just, okay, if you're diabetic, sugar, so just manage your sugar. But nobody ever got better. And they eventually, I've seen people losing their toes, their feet, their legs, their fingers, wounds that never healed, infection and killed them, right? All those things I've seen with my own eyes. I'm like, I don't want to be like this. And so when I was diagnosed with diabetes, I freaked out. I was so depressed. I was like, what am I going to do now? How did that happen to me? I didn't even like sweets. I didn't eat sugar.
But it was a lifestyle.
But it was a saturated fat.
All day.
But I didn't know.
All day habits.
So, and then I'm like, you know what? No more rice for me. No more potatoes for me. No more noodles for me. I was so depressed.
But was that realistic?
No, right?
Right.
So I did it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I did it anyway. That's why I went keto and mostly carnivore. Because, you read about it. I'm like,
And did it work?
No,
right?
Gave me
You
arthritis.
just go back.
I got arthritis. I got joint pain. John had to massage me in the morning and at night. I was limping going up the stairs. He's 15 years older than me. And he's like, you're so young. You're supposed to be younger than me. Why are you so sick?
But then so then when you transform all this into this beautiful place that is vegan, and when I come here, I always ask you, Mathilda, is there anything that is gluten-free that I can eat? Because I always come here for the gluten-free options.
Gluten-free people.
And so that was do you have a dedicated space for the people, so these people with celiac disease can come and eat, right?
Oh yeah.
And so Mathilda said, we have that check. Do you have foods that are nut free as well?
Most of the hot dishes are nut free, except the butter chicken, cashew chicken, that kind of stuff. Whenever we make something, we're like, okay, what are the ones with nuts and gluten-free? So we try to do the nut-free ones first, and then the gluten-free stuff, and then we do the rest. That way, you clear the counter, you clean everything, and then, okay, anything, make sure nothing comes into contact. There's nuts here, there's gluten here and stuff. So my mom and I, we're very careful with that. So, and then I mark everything. Because in the past 6+ years, I almost killed 3 people.
Wow, you're very honest. Something they have
allergies.
Allergies.
Either they forget to tell me that they're allergic to cashews, and there was one time where I forgot that I had coleslaw that I made the mayo, but it's with cashews because I don't use oil. I don't like traditional mayo, so I make it out of cashews for this coleslaw. And then she said that she's allergic to cashews. So I'm like, okay. And she wanted a sample platter. So I put everything, and then I was like, oh, can I have the coleslaw too or something? And then I put it on top, not thinking that there's cashew in it. But luckily, hospital is close nearby. She's got an EpiPen.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, I was freaking out because I kept checking with a friend. Is she okay? Is she okay? Please let me know. Please keep me posted. That is like the worst thing.
And so, but well, you learned a lesson, right? And
I learned, yeah.
because it's not because it's like nuts and cashews and all that is part of like your Asian culture, right? So it's just so in your
Peanuts.
nature, and peanuts.
We have never had anybody allergic to peanuts back home. I don't know. You can't live if you're allergic to peanuts. You can't live in
You
Indonesia.
can eat in Indonesia. That is
Our
so
peanut
funny.
sauce, we have so many different kinds of peanut sauce, and a lot of the ingredients have peanuts in it. It's almost impossible. We don't even really use any other nuts. It's peanuts mostly.
So that's what is amazing. Like you come here, I honestly we didn't in Colombia we never had all these allergies. Like oh the peanuts, like
never.
we just eat peanuts like constantly. Like I grew up with peanuts. My mom put peanuts on everything, and then you come here to North America and it's all these different food allergies. And I also feel like it's like a lack of variety of like the things that you give to your child, because I had a kid too, like he's 5 years old, started feeding, and I know it's so can be life threatening. So I feel like that putting your heart and your passion into accommodating all these people who have special needs, but they still want to enjoy a nice meal outside. Not just you always have to make it at home. Like recently, my husband, like I was actually really sick. I got a flare from my rheumatoid arthritis, and I know she makes like a really good gluten-free lasagna, vegan. They have lentils in it, right?
Yeah.
And I was
It's a
like,
lentil tofu base.
I was like, how is it like a lentil tofu base, and you still feel like you're in a little bit of chicken in it, and it was like it was delicious, and it fed me the weekend that I wasn't feeling that great. So it's just the service here, and I think everyone, Matilda and her husband, are so passionate about serving. They love they cook they cook they everything that they serve. They have a little market here, but you also make mixes, right? Of like flours
We have
and sauces.
baking mixes, like the banana muffin mix. By the way, you can turn it into any fruits or any like vanilla cake, whatever, even. And then a chocolate cake mix.
See, it's like so neat.
We have some customers.
No, I didn't show the customers.
I don't know what the rules are with that.
No, I just showed
Yeah,
them.
no. Because some people are very like, oh,
Oh no.
take it off.
No,
take
no,
it
no,
off, you
just
know,
say
so-
they-
No. I mean, like, I'm okay. Usually, most people are okay, but I try not to disrupt the peace. And then, we also make sauces. They're all nut free, oil free, refined sugar free, and no emulsifier, no preservative. And
Are you in any stores now?
yeah,
What's your store?
they're in 14 stores
Oh, okay.
across Ontario.
You know which ones that you maybe come to?
Yeah, they're on the website mathildasauces.com.
Oh,
You
okay.
can go there, mathildasauces.com, and then it lists all the stores that we're at. So I originally was working towards getting my products into Loblaw. But after all the feedback that I've heard from other vendors, no.
No.
I'm like, why would I get stuff into there just to lose money? You know, I'm not
That's-
gonna do that.
Only to
Yeah.
put more money in their pockets. Not a bit.
I
Maybe we'll leave it there.
yeah.
We're just not talking about that. We're not going to solve their problem.
You know what?
You know?
It's a whole other ball game. Yeah. Just know that it's not that I haven't tried. Okay. And we're working on international markets right now, so there's a lot of work, a lot of paperwork, a lot of translation. Oh my God, you know what? I'm just like, it'll happen when it happens. I just do the work. I just do all the required work, hand in all the papers, whatever that they want, and the universe will manifest whatever is meant to be manifested. I'm just surrendering that way.
And it's been manifesting that way. So to the point that I don't know, I just feel so close. Even my boy, he's an official carnivore. He loves his meat, but he comes here and Matilda makes this really I don't know, really chocolatey, fudgy brownie.
Oh, fudgy brownie, yeah.
And my boy loves it, right? And he doesn't know it's made of, is it chickpea flour that you
Yeah,
made
there's
it?
chickpea flour, fava bean flour, and sorghum. I forget, but yeah, you're getting your protein and fiber and everything in it, and iron. It's very high in iron. And so, because you know what, I see like a lot of kids come in here and they love sweets, right? My conscience is like, how can I make these sweets more nutritious for these little ones? Because it would be a shame not to even try to do that, and also the people that love sweets. I can make it better and more nutritious. Why not? And I'm not into sweets because I'm like, oh, it's just white flour. Why would I eat just plain white flour? You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, if I can put better ingredients in there that still tastes like great, why not? Oh, I mean, it costs me way more.
But it's working. Like my boy comes and says, like, "Mommy, you going to Mathilda's? Oh, that's the best brownie ever!" And I was like, "Wow."
I have like little future chefs in there. They're like foodies, okay? They're like, "Mathilda, we love your flavor," and I'm like,
"Really?
How old are you?" With
You know,
attitude.
So cute.
It makes me so happy. It makes me fulfilled, and it just reminds me this is why I'm doing this.
Oh my goodness. So Paloma, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much for here.
Thanks for tuning in.
I know I'm going to post this online. I think this is really friendly conversation. Thank you so much. And I think I'm going to wrap it up because Mathilda has to go back to her restaurant and I took a lot of her time. I just feel that like the Mathilda, when you go to her website, Mathilda's.ca, and you read her story, and it's very inspirational. And it's not to take away, like a lot of us who had autoimmune diseases become, it starts from within. Like you made that commitment to yourself. You made those lifestyle changes. Also recognizing that sometimes autoimmune diseases can be unpredictable, right? And sudden changes in your life can kind of break that it can bring that pain again, but it's possible to kind of go back and, okay, let's go back to our mission. Let's see and study what is it that maybe I can tune in, I can change. And I think Mathilda has shown us that kind of, and give us an example to how we can change our lifestyle, how that transformation even kind of transfers to others, because I feel like your restaurant, your service it's becoming like a stable part of Oshawa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try not to just feed people physically, but also nourish them like mentally and psychologically and spiritually. Spiritually is at the core. Spirituality is at the core, right? Because we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. So I believe that there is a spiritual solution for all our problems. So the more that we align to our purpose spiritually, the more that we can resolve our challenges, and the more that we can progress in our journey, advance in our soul journey. So I'm all about like soul journeys and stuff. I'm a hypnotherapist, so I do hypnotherapy. I do past life regression, metaphysical hypnotherapy, and there's a lot of answers there for people. And I just wish more people can tap into that, because it's such valuable information. And it's talking about triggers, like sometimes stress can trigger you again, right? All of those have to do with past trauma.
That's true.
Like trauma from the womb, your mother, your ancestors, because it's in the cellular memory, right? So it gets passed down from generation to generation. So when you realize that, and when you reprogram that, that's when permanent change can happen, and that's when the triggers will stop triggering you.
Wow. Right? And I know
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, Hi, Sam. Hi there. So we're almost at the end as we're wrapping up this live, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna post this live on my Instagram account, but I'm also gonna upload it to my YouTube channel, so then we can really appreciate what Mathilda shared with us today. Just a last question, Mathilda, like where can we find you, like the location again, and on social media?
So I'm in downtown Oshawa, 29 Simcoe Street South, just next to Fazio's and Snack Right Exotics, the fancy sweets place from all over the world. We work together, you know, in downtown business. I like supporting other businesses because the only way we're going to survive is to collaborate and work together. There's no room for jealousy and envy and competition. If we want to survive and make it, we got to work together and collaborate. I host pop-ups here for small businesses who don't have a storefront, especially, and I don't charge anything. So if you want to come on here and do a pop-up, just message me. You know, I like to see other people succeed also in life, because you know what? The more we have successful people and happy people around us, the more peaceful our life can be. Because we project. When we're insecure, we project it onto the world around us, right? When we're insecure, we lash out. So the more fulfilled we are, the more happy and our basic needs are met, we're more at peace. And the more at peace we are, the more peaceful the world around us becomes. Happy people don't attack other people. Happy people don't lash out and try to ruin other people. So we need more happy, fulfilled people. Please.
Yeah, we do. But
It is an obligation for you to, you know, find that happiness, whatever that brings you that joy,
wow,
and
that's
heal yourself and heal ourselves.
such a
more
beautiful
healed
place. And I think that happy people in collaboration, in no jealousy. We've been supporting other women, so we tend to kind of tear each other apart for some reason. And when I come here, I comfort the Emmys. I comfort I just feel happy here. Feel very well inside. So you're welcome to come here anytime. And thank you so much for watching us to this impromptu live. And I'll post this soon. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Thank you.